The media quickly seized on the chaos, coining the term "mango mayhem" as headlines spread across both Indian and American news outlets. At the heart of the crisis were shipments of India's most coveted mangoes, Alfonso and Kesar, destined for eager consumers in the United States. These mangoes, celebrated for their rich flavor and vibrant color, were not rejected for any fault in quality or safety. Instead, the problem lay in the fine print: errors in the export documentation. U.S. Customs authorities flagged at least 15 separate shipments amounting to a staggering 25 metric tons of mangoes. The issue? Incomplete paperwork related to the mandatory irradiation process, a crucial step to ensure the fruit's safety for import. The missing information, specifically, the dosimeter readings required on the PPQ 203 form, meant that, despite the fruit being perfectly safe and meeting all health standards, it could not be cleared for entry. The oversight was small, but the consequences were enormous. Exporters and officials scrambled to resolve the issue, but the damage was done. The incident served as a costly and humbling reminder that in the world of global trade, flawless paperwork is every bit as important as the quality of the product itself. For Indian exporters, what should have been a season of celebration and profit turned into a bitter lesson in the unforgiving realities of international commerce, where even a single clerical error can have far-reaching consequences. Why did a paperwork glitch stop millions of pounds of mangoes? It all comes down to strict U.S. phytosanitary rules. Indian mangoes must be irradiated to eliminate pests, a process overseen by a U.S. inspector in India. The May 2025 controversy wasn't about the science or the fruit, but about missing or incorrect dosimeter readings on official forms. Without this proof, U.S. authorities had no choice but to reject the shipments. These protocols are non-negotiable, and even a small error can halt trade. The incident highlighted how a single misstep in documentation can outweigh months of careful cultivation and inspection. In global agriculture, the pen can be as mighty as the plow. The rejected mangoes couldn't be re-exported or salvaged. They were destroyed, resulting in a direct loss of about $500,000 for Indian exporters. The costs included not just the fruit, but air freight, packaging, and months of labor. Many exporters felt unfairly penalized for an administrative error at the inspection facility, not a fault in the fruit. The incident also damaged confidence in the export process and highlighted vulnerabilities in the supply chain. Some argued that U.S. inspectors in India should have caught the error before shipment, sparking frustration and debate. The destruction of premium mangoes over paperwork was a harsh lesson in the unforgiving nature of international trade. For Indian exporters, it was a season-defining setback. After the costly rejections, Indian and U.S. authorities acted quickly to fix the problem. The urgency was clear. Every day of halted exports meant mounting losses for farmers, exporters, and businesses on both sides. Both governments recognized the importance of restoring the flow of mangoes, not just for economic reasons, but also to maintain the trust and goodwill built over years of trade. APIDA and APHIS, the key agencies overseeing agricultural exports and imports, immediately launched a joint investigation. They worked together to identify the paperwork glitch that had caused the confusion. Once the root cause was found, they organized intensive retraining sessions for staff at the Vashi facility, ensuring everyone understood the correct documentation process and the importance of accuracy. New checks and balances were swiftly put in place. Every shipment was now subject to a thorough review before leaving India, with multiple layers of verification to catch any errors. This extra scrutiny was designed to restore confidence in the system and prevent similar mistakes from slipping through in the future. Thanks to these rapid interventions, the export pipeline was back up and running within days. Over 185 metric tons of mangoes were shipped from Mumbai, signaling to the world that India's mango exports were once again reliable and ready for business. The quick, coordinated response from both countries demonstrated the resilience and strength of their trade partnership. By acting decisively, they avoided a prolonged suspension that could have damaged relationships and caused even greater financial harm. The incident served as a wake-up call, leading to the implementation of stronger protocols and more rigorous training. These improvements made future documentation errors far less likely, safeguarding the interests of exporters and importers alike. While the initial financial losses from the rejected shipments couldn't be recovered, the swift resolution allowed the rest of the mango season to proceed without further disruption. Exporters could focus on meeting demand and fulfilling orders, rather than worrying about paperwork setbacks. With the crisis behind them, Indian exporters could finally start rebuilding trust with their international partners and work towards recouping their losses, confident that the new safeguards would protect their business in the future. While the Indian mango crisis made headlines, Mexico remains the dominant force in the U.S. mango market. Mexico's proximity allows for cheaper, more flexible overland shipments, giving it a huge logistical edge. In 2023, Mexico exported over 114 million boxes of mangoes to the U.S., a billion-dollar trade. Even when Indian mangoes are disrupted, Mexico easily fills the gap, keeping supermarket shelves stocked. Indian mangoes are a niche, premium product, while Mexico supplies the bulk of the market. Any stumble by a smaller supplier only strengthens Mexico's position as the mango monarch. The global market is fiercely competitive, and reliability is king. Americans are eating more mangoes than ever, making the U.S. the world's largest importer. Once exotic, mangoes are now mainstream, thanks to their flavor and versatility. In 2023, the U.S. imported over 176 million boxes, with demand rising every year. Mexico leads, but the U.S. sources mangoes from Peru, Ecuador, Brazil, Guatemala, and Haiti to ensure year-round supply. Indian mangoes, like Alfonso, are prized as gourmet treats, air-freighted for a niche market. Even minor disruptions in this premium segment cause concern among devoted fans. The American mango market is sophisticated, with specific tastes and high expectations. The Mango Mayhem showed just how passionate and particular American consumers can be. The 2025 Mango Mayhem was a dramatic event that exposed just how delicate the global fruit trade can be. In a world where millions of tons of fresh produce cross borders every day, even a single misstep can send shockwaves through the entire supply chain. In this case, a seemingly minor clerical error, just a few incorrect digits on a shipping manifest, brought a multi-million-dollar supply chain to a grinding halt. Containers filled with ripe mangoes sat idle at ports, their fate uncertain, as officials scrambled to untangle the paperwork. The incident proved that flawless documentation is as vital as the fruit itself. Every signature, every stamp, and every line of data must be perfect, or the entire system can seize up in an instant. For exporters, this was a sobering wake-up call. Compliance isn't just a box to check, it's the backbone of international trade. Every detail, no matter how small, can have enormous consequences for farmers, shippers, and retailers alike. Yet, what followed was a testament to the resilience of the system. Indian and U.S. authorities moved swiftly, setting aside differences and working together to resolve the crisis. Their rapid collaboration demonstrated that strong international partnerships can overcome even the most unexpected challenges. Thanks to quick thinking and coordinated action, what could have escalated into a major trade dispute was contained. The mangoes were cleared, and the flow of goods resumed, minimizing losses and restoring confidence in the process. This episode highlighted both the vulnerabilities and the strengths of international commerce. It showed how easily things can go wrong, but also how effective teamwork and communication can set them right again. Ultimately, the Mango Mayhem served as a powerful reminder. In global trade, success depends on getting every detail right, from the careful harvest in the orchard to the final signature on a customs form. The stakes are high, but so is the potential for recovery and growth. With vigilance, collaboration, and a commitment to excellence, the global fruit trade can weather any storm and continue to thrive.